Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. I know it's been so long since I uploaded a video here on my YouTube channel, like a full-blown video. I've been doing shorts and TikToks and Instagram reels, but I kind of stepped away from YouTube for about 2 months. It's a lot to deal with when you have 3 social media platforms, but I am back. I'm going to be talking about some of the fragrances that I highly recommend for the Sephora sale that just started. There are fragrances here that are brand new on the market, and then I have my oldies but goodies. So if you want to hear what fragrances I would highly recommend, then definitely stay tuned. Also leave a comment down below. I cannot wait to talk to you guys in the comment section. Please go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you're picking up. If you want to see a review on any particular fragrance, I do have a huge haul coming up. I'm probably gonna have to do 2 or 3 parts because, you know, over the last 2 months I have acquired new fragrances, so look out for that one. And follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I am there on a daily basis because putting out short form content is so much easier than doing a full-blown YouTube video. So follow me there if I ever disappear from here. And if you're new, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. So excited to be back, so excited to be doing this video for you guys, chatting with you guys in the comments section, and let's get into it. So it's that time of the year. Sephora sale, savings event, whatever you want to call it, is here. Fragrances are getting expensive. So when you can get 10 or 20 or 15% off, go right ahead and do that. These fragrances are all absolutely beautiful and highly recommend adding them to your collection. Let's start off with my new obsession. Like, I have to stop myself from wearing this fragrance because I love it that much. I've already received compliments on this fragrance. Like, going out for brunch, the waitress is like, write down what you're wearing, because every time I stop by your table, it's all I smell. Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. Oh my goodness. The designer brands are listening. Okay, they're listening to the girlies and they know we love vanilla, but we love a sophisticated vanilla. This is what Devotion is. First of all, I'm here for this bottle. It is beautiful, simple, minimalistic, and this embellishment, perfection. The juice, candied citrus, okay? There is orange blossom, there is vanilla, and it is impeccable. It's such a beautiful, sweet, yet smooth fragrance. If you love Lyra from Zajaf, get this. It gives me that vibe, but Lyra is less sweet and a little bit more powdery. And I also get like a Love Don't Be Shy vibe in here because of the orange blossom. Like, it's almost, I did a video on this on my TikTok. It's like Lyra and Love Don't Be Shy came together and had a baby. That's what I get from this. It's so perfectly balanced and well-rounded. I get a great projection in the first 2-3 hours, and then it becomes a little bit closer to the skin, but it still lasts. And you know me, I'm an overspray. If I want my fragrance to last, I'm gonna go ahead and overspray her, especially on my clothes, and it's going to last. It's so beautiful. It warms up on the skin over a couple of hours, and it's just a perfectly done vanilla, not overly sweet, not cloying at all. Run for this one. It's my obsession. Now, that's not the only vanilla scent that just came out. Burberry gave us Goddess, and honestly the name is a little deceiving. When you think of Goddess, I don't know why you think of maybe like a very sexy fragrance or maybe a little bit more tropical. This is vanilla and lavender with some ginger in there. It's still very pretty, it's still very wearable, and it's a vanilla that's done in a way that it's not super sweet. This is not a gourmand at all. It's a very fresh, mood uplifting vanilla, a little spicy from the ginger, but not overly done whatsoever. And it's beautiful. It's honestly beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Mon Guerlain from Guerlain, but not powdery like that one. So it's still more fresh, and it's not the same as Libre from YSL because they do have that lavender and vanilla aspect to them. This one is just a little bit more approachable. You can wear this as a signature scent. I do feel like it works a little bit better for spring and summer because there's this airiness to it that I feel like in the warmer weather, this would just be a lot more appropriate, but you can definitely wear this during the colder months. It's just a very mood uplifting fragrance. There's nothing wrong with it. Not super long lasting, I'm gonna be honest, but it's a beautiful scent that honestly, I think that just designer brands, I love the road that they're on. I love how they're thinking. Just these two alone is giving me hopes that designer brands are steering away from like the same old white floral type of fragrance. This is good. Okay, this is a good sign. This is a big statement, but this is probably one of the sexiest date night fragrance, okay? And it's the first one that I have from the brand. Now I want to try all of their fragrances. 7 Virtues Cherry Ambition. Add this one to cart. If you love a cherry fragrance, even if you don't love cherry fragrances, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge lover of cherry fragrances. I feel like a lot of them smell too much like root beer or cough syrup. They just don't appeal to me. This one, baby. I wore this for date night the other day and my husband was like, ooh, you smell so sweet. This is definitely a sweeter fragrance. Okay, this smells so good. I love that there's a little behind here, in the label, there's like little aspects to the fragrance. It talks a little bit about it. It tells you the notes in here also. I can't even read it because my room is so bright, but I believe there is cherry, there's saffron, there's vanilla, and there's marshmallow in here. You are going to get that cherry right off the bat. Like, no denying that this is a cherry fragrance through and through. The cherry stays and it smells absolutely divine. The bottle is so cute. Oh, it's sensual. It is so sensual. You get this burst of cherry, like a juicy cherry, but a bit tarty. And then there's this spiciness to this fragrance. It's very warm also on the skin. Oh my God, the sweetness is just provocative. The scent is sexy. It's very sexy. It's alluring. It's confident. Love it. Out of all of the cherry fragrances that I have, which are not that many to be honest, I could probably count them on one hand, this is my favorite. One of them is very new. 2 of them have been around for a couple of months already. Let's go on to the very new one. I haven't talked about this on my channel yet, but I did do a review on TikTok and Instagram of the entire Oudgasm collection. And guess what, guys? Mona came to Canada. We never get these gorgeous events, and Mona did an event in Toronto, and it was so nice meeting the entire Kayali team. What you get online is what you get in person, and Mona is so sweet. Like, it was just so nice meeting her in person. The entire team is so genuine and friendly and like easygoing. You know, going to these brand events can be a little bit intimidating, and they were just so easy to like talk to. So loved that they came to Toronto. I'm hoping they come more often. And let's talk about Vanilla Oud. I would recommend you guys checking out Vanilla Oud. And also, I love Tobacco Oud. I have it in my cart. I only have the smaller bottle, but I want the full-size bottle in my collection. Vanilla Oud. Let's talk about Vanilla Oud. First of all, the entire collection is beautiful. Kayali really gave us a variation of oud, but they did oud in a very clean, wearable way. It's not a smelly oud. It's not overly done, but you will get some nuances of the oud in more of like a woody tone, I want to say. I love this one. It's deeper, it's smoky, it is vanillic, like a creamy vanilla scent, but then you get a bit of this smokiness and this woody tone, more of a creamy woody tone from this fragrance, and it's just like more of a seductive vanilla. If you were to compare this with Vanilla 28, honestly, I don't think they're the same at all. Vanilla 28 is more fresh and light and more airy because it has those floral tones in the background, while this one is deeper, it's richer, it's smoky, it's woody. So it has a lot more depth, I want to say. And it's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Perfect as another layering scent. If you want to layer this with your deeper fragrances for the fall and winter, this is stunning. It's more of a creamy vanilla scent, like more creamy in the texture. as opposed to Vanilla 28, where I find it's a little bit more airy. It's a bit more fresh, I want to say. This is beautiful. I love it, love it. So there's vanilla sugar, there's praline, there's saffron, there's white musk, oak moss, and oud in this fragrance. Love it. They did an incredible job. Tobacco oud is definitely, you're gonna get heavier notes of oud in there. It's a little bit, it's slightly more animalic. You definitely get that smokiness of a tobacco, but it's more of like a sweet tobacco. It's yummy. It's very niche-like. Not something you're gonna find in designer fragrances at all. These are very niche-like DNA. So if you're looking for something super different, give you that Middle Eastern vibe, tobacco oud, and it's straight unisex, but it has the beautiful sweetness to it. Okay, next fragrances from Kayali that I'm going to recommend is Yum Pistachio Gelato. No, I don't think this is limited edition. I love this fragrance. I have worn almost half the bottle already. This has, and I love that the notes are right behind it. Makes my job a lot easier. There is pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. I love this fragrance. I was honestly surprised that I love it as much as I do. It's such a cozy, comforting scent. It's very creamy and enveloping and like a warm hug. It's a gourmand done in a way that's not sickening sweet. Even though these notes, you would think that this is, whoa, this is going to be a beast of a fragrance. It's actually very gentle. It's very like light and airy, like a very airy gourmand. I don't know how they did that, but they created a very unique gourmand that is just like a cloud. It really is like a cloud. I love this fragrance. Very unique. I don't have anything like this in my collection. Dries down very creamy, very enveloping. It's pretty. It's a pretty scent, and I love to wear it on its own. I love this for bedtime too. It's like a very comforting, cozy scent, like a warm hug. So love this one too. And the last one from Kayali that I'm going to recommend, I do believe this is limited edition. It is the Wedding Collection Silk Santal. Love this one. I love this one. Again, very light and silky, feminine and pretty. This has sparkling champagne, there's white freesia, pink praline, lush nectarine, sandalwood, sugared musk. I definitely get the sugared musk. I get a little bit of that sandalwood in more of like a creamy form. And I don't get too much of the praline. It's just a fresh, let me see how I can describe this scent. It's feminine for sure. It's vanilla. You do get like this sweet aspect in this fragrance that's very like vanilla dry down. Oh, there's a bit of a citrusy tone in this fragrance, and it just smells like a bright smile. Like, it smells very feminine, very easygoing, perfect as a signature scent. It's slightly powdery also in the dry down. Oh, I think it's just so pretty. It's such a beautiful girly girl scent for me. So I would highly recommend, not extremely long lasting, but I really love the way that this smells. It's very cozy and inviting. And I have layered these two together, and I'm telling you, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So congratulations to Kayali. All of their launches lately have been YSL, Black Opium, La Parfum. This is the latest flanker from YSL and the controversial Black Opium. I don't know why people hate on that fragrance. Honestly, I just don't get it. I've smelled worse. I've smelled worse. So La Parfum, this is a lot more different than the original one. Like, I really don't get a ton of the DNA from the original one. The bottle is completely opaque. You're gonna get vanilla. I think there's 3 types of vanilla in here in the dry down. So the dry down is like creamy vanilla, like very feminine, playful, a little sexy, and a creamy vanilla. That is ultimately what I get from this fragrance. I don't get a ton of coffee. I don't get a ton of anything else. I get a creamy, luscious vanilla. So if that's your vibe, please check this one out. It is really beautiful, and it lasts really well on my skin. Again, another one for layering. Because it's so vanilla heavy. It's perfect to combine with other fragrances. And honestly, they could have came out with this fragrance all on their own. It didn't have to be called Black Opium, because it smells very different from the original Black Opium and all the other flankers, to be honest. But I do really like this one. I've worn it on date nights, but this is a fragrance that I like to layer because I do find it's a little bit more linear. It's not extremely interesting. There's not a lot of complexity. You're going to get a ton of vanilla in here for sure, and this creamy texture. So I like to layer this to add that to other fragrances. So definitely they did a good job on this one. I really, really like it. Next we have from the House of Mugler. This is Alien Goddess Intense. And guys, I love this one. I have it sprayed already here and it dried down. Oh, it's such a luscious fragrance. It's very tropical. You're definitely going to get coconut in this fragrance. It's creamy. It's very much like white floral vibes, like creamy white florals, coconutty, vanilla. There is, I think, benzoin in here. There's jasmine. There is so much goodness in here. This just smells very creamy and very luscious. It smells feminine. It smells like a goddess. Like, honestly, it's so enveloping. It wraps around you. And if you like your creamy textured fragrances, you are going to adore this one. I feel like it's very balanced and well-rounded. It's just one of those fragrances that has like that addictive nature. The more you smell it, the more you want to smell it. The more you wear it, the more you want to wear it. Now, this one, I do prefer it more for the hotter days, but I want to play around with it and see how it works out for the colder months. It might become a little bit more warmer on the skin. It's already slightly warm, but with the colder months, it might warm up even more and become a little bit more complex. But this is such a luscious fragrance. If you love coconut fragrance, this is one that you don't want to miss. About Kilian's Princess, specifically called I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. That's a long title. This fragrance, wow, I really, really love. It gives me a little bit of Love Don't Be Shy vibes, I'm not gonna lie, but they are different because this one, you get that note of green tea. And it just adds this like fluffiness to this fragrance, almost like a matcha latte type of vibe. It's just so fresh, light, airy, but sweet at the same time. There's marshmallow in here. There is vanilla in here. There's white florals also in the mid, like jasmine. And then you get this like green tone in here. It's not sharp whatsoever. It's just like a fresh green vibe. Ultimately, in the dry down, I get a warm, sweet, fluffy fragrance. It definitely smells very feminine to me, and it smells so good. I love that the greenness in here stays throughout the entire wear, but in the most soft way. It's not like in your face, it's not heavy. It really just adds a more unique touch to this fragrance, and I think it's beautiful. And I'm surprised that it took me so long to add this one to my collection. I actually found a great deal online and I couldn't pass it up, so I'm so happy that I have it. It smells absolutely beautiful, and I feel like because of the balance of the fragrance and the notes components, you can definitely wear this one all year round and it's just gonna go. It's not overly sweet to the point that if you are in the heat, it's gonna be too cloying. I don't think so whatsoever. Beautiful. Love this one from Kilian. The other one from Kilian that I would recommend, and I think I recommend this one every single year, Rolling in Love. Oh, I love this fragrance. If you are a hopeless romantic, please get this one because this smells like romance. It smells like a kiss. It smells like a gentle hug. It smells like love, literally. There is creamy white florals in here. Again, a lot of these fragrances have that creamy texture. Clearly, I love that in my fragrances, but there is a creamy white floral vibe in here. There's also an almond note in here that adds some nuttiness to this fragrance. There is vanilla, of course, in the dry down. It's kind of like a clean white musk also in the dry down, and it's just so beautiful. Even though there are white florals in here, it's not like you're picking up jasmine and this and that. It's more like a creaminess of the notes, and it just creates this very romantic, feminine fragrance. Absolutely love it. One of my favorites from Kilian, and I'm halfway done this bottle. I definitely will get a refill because this has to stay in my collection. The next fragrance that I have is one that I am so in love with for bedtime. It's one of those cozy fragrances. Okay, we are sticking with the creaminess of a fragrance. This one is from Ellis Brooklyn, and it is Vanilla Milk. And honestly, I'm surprised by how much I like this fragrance. I am not into super lactonic ones, and this one stole my heart. I love this one because it's so cozy, it's warm, it's vanillic, it's milk is in this one, but I don't find it overly done. Now, I do prefer this for like more casual vibes. In my opinion, that's what it gives me. So like a Netflix and chill kind of moment. I have a big fluffy sweater on. I'm gonna spray this right out of the shower. Maybe I'm going to bed. I'm gonna spray this. It's more like a casual scent, but it's super cozy. Like you just want to feel like a big hug. This is it right here. So in this fragrance, you have, of course, milk, which gives it that lactonic touch. It's definitely lactonic. You're going to get the milk in this fragrance. Absolutely, it's going to project on the skin, but it's so cozy. Oh my god, there's cacao in here. There is floral tones also in this fragrance, and it's just very like slightly powdery, creamy, milky vibes. If that's your vibe, go ahead and grab this one. If you love a true gourmand, you're probably gonna really like this one, and I find it lasts super well on me because of those heavier notes. It does last really well. It projects really well, but again, it's more of like a casual scent, and I think it would make a great layering scent. If you want to smell very chic and elegant, almost like old school money vibes, this is from Hermes, and it's such a underrated fragrance in my opinion. It is very luxurious. It smells expensive, but like minimalistic at the same time. It just smells like a really well put together woman. This is Tuiles d'Hermes El Pauvre. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. This scent is rose, pink pepper, patchouli. It might not sound incredible, but honestly, I think it's so chic. Like when I want to give off that chic vibe, this is one that I would pull out. It's definitely very peppery. Like that pepper note is going to hit you in the face. You definitely get a ton of the patchouli. It's very green and sort of earthy. Honestly, it's a very unique scent for a designer fragrance. It's very niche-like in my opinion, and it smells really different when you put it beside other designer fragrances at Sephora. This is one that will stand out for me. I know that they just came out with another flanker that has rhubarb, and I definitely have that on my list. I think I'm going to pick it up during the sale. I got in my collection, I kind of put it aside, and now I can't get enough of it. I wear it on its own. I layer it with other fragrances. I've layered it with Cherry Ambition. That is Givenchy L'Interdit Rouge. Oh, she's a sexy bomb. This smells sensual, provocative. It is very ladylike. It's a little sensual. Such a gorgeous, creamy, white floral fragrance. It sort of reminds me of Love Don't Be Shy. I want to say the difference is this has that almondy note that adds a little bit more depth, and this one doesn't, but they're very similar vibes, super romantic and feminine, and they just came out with a flanker. I'll probably do a review, and I can even do a follow-up video to all of the fragrances from this lineup, because I think they're all very unique and very beautiful, but this one is my favorite, and this is the only one that I have a huge size bottle. The other one, all the bottles are smaller. I wear this so much. If you love floral tones that are creamy, white floral specifically, a little vanilla, a little airiness, it's not super dense and heavy, but it's still sweet, this is one that I would highly recommend. It's very beautiful, and I get a ton of compliments when I wear this fragrance. And again, you can layer it. This combination right here is bomb. If you have these two, layer them together, come back and tell me what you think, because chef's kiss. Okay, so beautiful. Next fragrance, if you want to get into oud, rose and oud specifically, and you're not sure where to start, I always start at this one because it's not overly done. The oud is not dirty, it's not animalic, it's actually really well blended. This is Jo Malone Velvet Rose and Oud. This is a very grown woman scent. It smells sexy yet sophisticated, and I love the blendness of this fragrance. I love it, love it, love it. I always describe it as like a jammy rose. There's this jammy sweetness to it in the dry down. And the oud in here is more like, it's like a smoky, creamy, woody scent. That's how I would describe this one. Slightly smoky, creamy, a little woody, a slightly powdery also, and jammy. I hope that makes sense, but I love this one. Very sophisticated, very sexy at the same time, but definitely more of a grown woman vibe. I wouldn't say this is super youthful. This is more grown woman. Very confident kind of fragrance. Love this for evenings and date night. It's really, really beautiful. And Jo Malone is known to not last long, but this one lasts really well. I find the ones in the darker bottles last a decent amount, so I would highly recommend that one. And then I have an oldie that I pulled out today as I was looking at all of my fragrances and what to recommend. I was like, why haven't I worn this? This is such a pretty scent. If you just want to find a classy DNA, a floral fragrance that is classy, that's feminine, it's sweet and very pleasant. It's like a pleasant scent. Miss Dior. Miss Dior, absolutely blooming. There's something very addictive about this scent. I haven't worn it in forever, I'm gonna be honest, but when I sprayed this on my arm today, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And it brought me back to when I first got this bottle and I wore it so much, because it's one of those fragrances that once you smell it, you want to keep wearing it. It's feminine, it's very like orange blossom. If you love orange blossom, you're definitely going to love this one. It's heavy on the orange blossom. It's airy yet sweet and very, very feminine. This smells like a girl, like a girly girl, pretty much. If you love your florals, definitely check this one out. It puts a smile on my face. It's one of those mood uplifting scents. It's very like bright, but I love that you can wear this all year round. It warms up to the skin really nicely during the colder months, and it's just beautiful. Like, you really can't go wrong with this DNA. I love it. If you hate orange blossom, stay away from it, but if you like, check it out. I am actually gonna end this video here. I talked about so many fragrances. I'm gonna list them all in the description box. So if you wanna shop them, if you wanna check them out, just click the links down there. I hope you enjoy it and see something new and cool today. Leave your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao!